Hey, what's up, guys? I am here reviewing oh, the Tama Rhythm Watch metronome. Before I get into it, I'll just show you around this thing. This big wheel, gray wheel right here, is used primarily to adjust your tempo. This big gray button right here is used for starting and stopping the metronome. These wheels up here on the top adjust the volume of the different beats, so you can put accents on different notes. This display right here is obviously it's going to tell you where your accent is, if it's programmed, what you're on, what your BPM is, and then you have a number of buttons down here. Down here, mode is like the tap mode, so you can tap in your speed. You can program in beats right here with this. What is the beat button? Oh, that's to adjust, your time signature of your beat, 4/4/3/3, whatever. And then these are to store your. Man, I cannot. There we go. And these are to store your presets. On the side over here, you've got your AC adapter jack, which they conveniently do not include. So you need to have a stash of 9 volts. Pretty handy because this thing blazes through batteries pretty quickly if you use it a lot. Over here is your power switch. On the other side, you've got you've got a headphone jack and then a pedal. I guess if you want to use like a sustain pedal or whatever to control this thing, you can, or a MIDI pedal. To be honest, I never use this thing. Headphone jack right here, and then up here on the top are this grill areas where your speakers are gonna output the sound. The main reason I got this metronome over other metronomes is because a lot of the reviews I read said that it's loud enough to where you can actually play your drums and hear your metronome over the drums. I'm going to tell you that's absolutely not true unless you're playing with brushes or you play incredibly soft. I cannot hear this over top of my drums at all. I'll turn it on for you and you can hear what it sounds like. And this is with the volume all the way up. So you can also see you have the flashing lights over here to serve as a visual cue for whether or not you're on tempo. So I was a little disappointed to see that it's not as loud as I expected. Overall, the build quality isn't really what I expected from a $80 metronome. It's plastic, which you'd expect, but it does feel a little cheap. The main thing that you use to move your tempo up and down this big gray jog wheel does not turn very easily. I mean, they put this indentation here for your finger, but it doesn't spin very easily. I end up just kind of grabbing it with my whole hand and twisting it like this. So not a really great design. Another one of the big selling points of this thing is the tap. Like you can change your mode here to tap, and you can actually tap in the tempo. So you can see after I hit it a few times, it dialed in my BPM to 132, and then I can just start it right there. Again, I really don't use that feature. I just use it for practicing a lot. The feature I do use is programming in some tempos here. So I have a practice routine, and I'll start it off every time at 120. I'll play it for 5 or 6 minutes, move it up to 130, 140, and it's handy just to have this programmed in there so I don't have to twist the wheel. The one thing I don't like about that is, let's say I'm playing here at 150 BPM and I want to go back to 140. I'd have to cycle through all 30 of these presets to get back to number 1, which is kind of annoying. So what I end up doing is just turning the unit off, turning it back on, and then going back up to 150 or wherever I was. I'd say all in all, kind of disappointed with this product for $80. I expected a lot more. I mean, you can certainly find cheaper metronomes out there. It's not a bad metronome. I just think that you could probably get a better value out there because it is kind of expensive. So that's my review of the Tama Rhythm Watch metronome.